tuning in to our time capsule ceremony today. My name is Paul Gagnon and I'm the proud principal at Eastmark High School. Today we're here to celebrate some of the events that have made this year unique and literally put a cap on the inaugural school year. Before we begin, we'd like to honor our great country by raising the flag at the front of our school and saying the Pledge of Allegiance. The pledge will be led by Student Body President Elise Winter.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In addition to Elise, we have some very special guests with us today. Representing our school district governing board is Board Member Davis. Representing our school district is Superintendent Dr. Berry. Representing the architecture firm that designed the school, Sarbanan Bala. Representing the contractor who built the school, Core Construction, is Cole Woodward. And additional members of our administrative team are Assistant Principal Kim Saad and Assistant Principal and Athletic Director Craig Luschner. Now we're going to take a few moments to hear reflections about Eastmark High School from some of our guests. First, let's hear from Dr. Berry.
Thank you, Paul. When I was first asked to be a part of the time capsule event, the first thing that went through my mind was, when are they going to open the time capsule? So I kept asking, finally found out it's 49 years away. So think about that. 49 years down the road, Eastmark High School will be preparing to graduate their 47th graduating class, so the class of 2069. Think about that. I've done a little math on the way up here, and I think Paul is going to be 89 years old. Craig Luschner will be 84 years old. And Elise Winters, 15, will be 64 years old. She may be the new principal or the superintendent at the time. You never know. Seriously, what I thought I would do is share some ideas and thoughts that I feel maybe the students and the families and the faculty might want to hear 49 years down the road. And it starts with just understanding the historical context that went into building the school. I was a brand new superintendent with very limited experience. When I got charged with this task, we had no capital money, we had no land, limited experience. I was working with the SFB director, Mr. Paul Bacallis, who had limited experience in his position. There were no land applications in the state of Arizona for 12 years, so we were the first district to go through a land application. And so that was kind of the context that went into this. And so I'll never forget it. I just went home and I was thinking, you have this hyper-growth district. This part of our district per capita is growing faster than most parts in the country. We needed a school. No money, no land. So I spent a lot of sleepless nights. But in May of 2016, we embarked on this journey together with a ton of partnerships where we managed to secure funds, land, and ultimately built this school. And so I think, looking away down the road, I want people to understand the context and the partnerships that went into that. So there was a tremendous partnership with the district, the governor's office, the school facilities board. The school facilities board had partners with them, and Mayor Giles and the city of Mesa, the Eastmark community, and collective voters who voted in a bond that helped us secure the funds. And so I think that's really important. And then when the construction began, it was 18 months, and I'd never seen so many people working in one location. Hundreds of people at times working in the same location. And I thought I'd share a few of these facts that just blow me away. Phase 1 construction was 6 miles of underground utility piping in this project, 31,000 feet of lineal feet of electrical conduit, 528 tons of structural steel, 700 plus truckloads of concrete. And I think the one that's most impressive is there were 280,000 man hours associated with 18 months and not one single accident. So I guess the final thought, Mr. Gagnon, in closing my rambling speech, is that I was a small part of a huge team effort that brought this school out of the ground. And for that, I will never forget it. I take a lot of pride in what I do, but it was certainly special for me and my family to be a part of that. I'll never forget the pride that I sense among our board members, our community members, and our staff, the design team, contractors. They don't just build facilities, they take a ton of pride. They want to make a difference. And so it was special to be a part of that. And the last thing I'll say is that to cap it all off, it's very awesome to have a guy like Paul and a good friend of mine and a great colleague, great principal, open a special school. So there you have it. That's my ideas.
Thank you, Dr. Berry. Next, we're going to hear from Board Member Davis.
Thank you, Paul. Good morning, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of this historic time capsule event. I have such a great pride for this high school. Maybe it's because my children will attend this school and walk these halls and play sports on these facilities, but I also feel like it's because I've seen what the opening of Eastmark High has done for the community and our district. I've seen these students and these teachers have really done a phenomenal job at instilling values and starting traditions and just really setting the tone for what is expected of students to come here at Eastmark. I've also seen the pride and the joy and the sense of belonging that the community has just, risen to the occasion. They've attended sports activities, concerts, fundraisers. I think that might have all started when we involved them in the naming of the mascot, and I thought that if you lived out here during that time, you would really have seen the social media post and the way people really just wanted to have a say in what went on in their high school. And ultimately we all came together and selected the Firebirds, and I just can't wait to see what the future of Eastmark has in store. Go Firebirds!
Thank you, Board Member Davis. Now let's hear from our student body president, Elise Winter.
Hello, Firebirds. My name is Elise Winter. I'm a freshman here at Eastmark High School, and I've had the privilege of serving my fellow EHS classmates as the 2019-2020 student body president. I am excited and honored to be here representing the student body as part of this historical time capsule event for the inaugural year of Eastmark High School. For all of you future EHS students that will be watching this recording 50 years from now, we are currently in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic of 2020. We started this year full of excitement for all the new opportunities that this amazing school has to offer. And we've ended this year with school being canceled and basically living in quarantine for the past 2 months. While this worldwide trial has been difficult for everyone, I feel confident that we will walk away from this stronger as a community. It is my hope that 50 years from now, COVID-19 will be a thing of the past. Future Firebirds, please never take for granted the privilege of spending each day close to your friends and teachers. Being together at school is a privilege that we all miss. I think I can speak for the entire student body here when I say that we are anxiously awaiting the day that we can pack into these stands and cheer on our EHS sports teams, not having to worry about sitting 6 feet apart or wearing a mask. The pandemic may have slowed this year down a bit and frankly changed the world a lot, but it will never break our fierce Firebird spirit. No matter what happens in the future, may we always hold tight to this amazing community that we've built this year. Go Firebirds!
One of the tenets of our school is collaboration, and this school represents what happens when a team works together toward a common goal. While we each had our own part of the project, we always kept the students, both current and future, at the forefront of our planning and our actions. Starting a school showed me personally how much I took for granted when I took over an existing high school campus. I would compare the start of the school year to the preparation many of us go through as student teachers. You plan, you hope, you dream what your first days on the job will be like, but until you're actually doing the work, you have no idea what the job entails. The most successful professionals learn to pivot, and there has been a lot of pivoting this year. But our staff always kept student outcomes and the students themselves at the forefront of our decisions. In summation, as we all settled into our various roles at the school and our team gelled together by keeping the students at the forefront of our actions, the school became easier to run on a day-to-day basis, and I cannot wait for year 2 to begin. Shifting our focus now to the time capsule, today we have many items that represent the pre-construction phase of the school and also memorabilia from our first year in existence. We have posters of the school's potential names, our mascot reveal poster. We have meeting agendas, coins from our grand opening, sports memorabilia, construction documents, and various clothing items. We hope these items will stand the test of time, and when the capsules open in 2069, the inhabitants of the school find just as much joy in going through these old items as we discovered by putting the items together in advance of our ceremony today. Without further delay, we are going to lower the capsule into the ground. But before we do, we have one final item to add, and that's our very first yearbook.